Mitigation of ML/FT risks. Elements of an AML/CFT program. An effective anti-money laundering (AML) and counter-financing of terrorism (CFT) program must incorporate three key elements, commonly known as the three lines of defense. These elements are designed to manage and mitigate money laundering and terrorism financing risks systematically. 1. Internal policies, procedures, and controls, first line of defense. Development and implementation. Establish a comprehensive set of internal policies, procedures, and controls tailored to the organization's needs. This includes implementing mechanisms for monitoring and managing AML/CFT risks. Employee training. Implement an ongoing employee training program to ensure that staff are aware of and adhere to AML/CFT policies and procedures. Training should be updated regularly to address emerging risks and regulatory changes. 2. Designated compliance function, second line of defense. Compliance officer. Appoint a compliance officer or money laundering reporting officer, MLRO, responsible for overseeing the AML/CFT program. This individual should have the authority and resources to enforce compliance effectively. Compliance oversight. The compliance function should monitor adherence to AML/CFT policies, conduct risk assessments, and ensure that the organization's AML/CFT measures are appropriately implemented and followed. 3. Independent audit function, third line of defense. Auditing and testing. Establish an independent audit function to regularly assess the overall effectiveness of the AML/CFT program. This function should perform audits to test the adequacy and effectiveness of the internal controls and compliance measures. Reporting and recommendations. The audit function should provide reports on findings and recommendations for improvements to senior management and the board of directors. Tailoring the three lines of defense. In implementing these three lines of defense, financial institutions, FIs, should consider the following factors to tailor the program effectively. Nature of the business. The complexity and scope of the business operations should influence the design and implementation of the AML/CFT program. Size of the organization. Larger organizations may require more extensive and sophisticated controls compared to smaller entities. Complexity of operations. The complexity of the business model and the range of products and services offered will impact the depth and breadth of the AML/CFT measures needed. Regulatory framework. Under the AML/CFT law, Article 16.1(b), 16.1(d), and the AML/CFT decision, Articles 4.2, 4.3, FIs are required to implement measures that manage and mitigate ML/FT risks. Both frameworks allow for a risk-based approach to AML/CFT risk mitigation, enabling FIs to tailor their strategies according to the specific risks they face.